Welcome to NAS, the National Ability Support System. This video will show you how to review a record where you are the main service provider and also how to review services where you are the secondary service provider. All NAS records must be reviewed once during the review period, which is usually mid-February to the first Friday in December. We strongly recommend, where possible, you involve the service user or their family in the review process. We also advise that you spread the reviews over the year and they are not all left to the last few weeks before the deadline. On the dashboard, you will see two sections which relate to reviews. The review status shows records that need to be reviewed by the main service provider. And the secondary review status shows services that need to be reviewed by you as a secondary service provider, where another service provider is responsible for returning the record. First, we will look at a main service provider completing a review. You can find a record by either going into Workflow and searching for the individual, or clicking on the View button, where you will be brought to an output screen. This screen can be sorted by any of the column headings. As you can see, there is a hyperlink for each heading. So you can either search by surname, or perhaps if you wanted to search by last review date. There are also action options of View, Edit, and Print. If you wish to print off the data form in preparation for a review, you may do so, and it'll show you the information that is currently recorded on the individual. However, you do not have to print off a data form. You can go directly into Edit and complete the review on NAS. Work through each tab with the service user, confirming that the information is correct. Please check each tab, as some system users are tempted to go straight to the Services and Review tab and leave out valuable information. In the Service User Details tab, information such as primary care and living with are important indicators for future planning. When you're in the Services tab, check all service pertaining to your service provider. If any services need to be closed, go into Edit and add an end date, and then save this change. If you need to add a new service or have identified an unmet need, click on the Add New Service option or the Record Unmet Need to capture this information. Also check the Validation tab in case there are any validation issues that need to be addressed. And please complete these before you do the review. When you are happy that the record is accurate, go to the Review tab and complete. Answer the few questions here below. So I will hope that the service user was involved in the completion of the form. I will say no, nobody else was. And then, does this person have a written person-centered care plan? Once you have answered these questions, click on Save and Validate. And if I go back into the Services tab now, you can see that the service pertaining to St. Paul's has a service confirmation ticked, which is done automatically once you complete the review. If there are any other services relating to a secondary service providers, these need to be completed and reviewed by them. Now we look at how a secondary service provider completes a review on a record where it is being returned by a main service provider. This time we will go to the secondary review status, and here you can see that there are 31 services that have not been reviewed yet. Click into view. Again, you can go into edit, and this time you will be brought directly to the services tab, as you do not have any other edit privileges on any of the other tabs. Check the service that is here in relation to your service provider. So in this record, it is being returned by CDNT Coolock, but St. Paul's need to confirm that the services they provide are accurate and up to date. Please tick and confirm the service you're providing. If any changes need to be made to it, please do so. Again, if there are any services missing that should be provided by St. Paul's, you can add a current service. You are not able to add an unmet need, as this is the remit of the main service provider. If you now will be providing a residential service, you cannot add that here, as this means you would now be the main service provider and you need to contact either the HSE manager in your area or the HRB contact in your area and ask them to transfer the record to you, as you will now be the main service provider. This is how you review a record and also review secondary services.